Hey, it's Rob Minton and welcome back to another Cash on Air video. In this video, I want to share a little story about a rental property that I have and that I thought about selling this year. And I'll walk you through the property, why I almost sold it, and why I decided not to sell it. And I'm sharing this because I think it will be helpful for many people, more than likely you. Back in 2015, I purchased this home for $52,000. This is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath home, and it was a foreclosure. So there were still foreclosures in our market from the 2008 crash all the way in 2015. Was obviously an incredible deal. Since I purchased that home, I've just kept it as a straight rental. So it's been rented primarily the entire time. I think I've had 2 or 3 different tenants, and when it goes vacant, it's pretty easy to get ready and clean up and fix up for showing. And when I show it, there's lots of demand from renters and there's lots of demand from buyers. It's a lower priced home in our area, which is what my sweet spot is. I love to buy properties that have lots and lots of demand because that demand basically guarantees success. What led me to thinking about selling this property is that earlier this year, Cashflow member Ben Sweet, amazing guy, he had decided to sell 2 of his manufactured home investments. And just so you know, Ben built an amazing real estate brokerage in Calgary, Canada. He's a smart guy. Several years ago, I helped him start to invest in manufactured homes in his area. And he built up a very large portfolio of manufactured home investments, and 2 of his properties had become vacant, and he decided that it would be better for him, and there's more to that story, which I'm not going to go into in this video, but to sell those properties outright instead of using the system I taught him to use. So he listed those properties, I think, in his MLS, and he ended up selling them at very, very attractive price points. And he was going to move the money from those manufactured homes into different investments in the stock market. I actually think he was going to do the same thing I was going to do. So the idea of Ben selling kind of started to filter into my thoughts, and I'm like, maybe I should sell this home. It went vacant here recently, and I'm like, I could move the equity from this home into the stock market and potentially increase my monthly cash flow and the long-term appreciation from those proceeds. So I dug into what it would look like if I sold the home. And if I sold the home today, I could probably sell it for around $170,000. Obviously, real estate has appreciated significantly. This home has gone along for that ride. If I sold the home for $170,000, I'm being very conservative. Let's say after paying closing costs and commissions and whatever fees I would need to pay, that I would net $150,000. My plan was to take this $150,000 and invest it into the stock market using the strategy outlined in this book. This book is my book. I wrote it. It's on Amazon.com. If I remember right, I'll link it below. But the book is titled Multimillionaire Kids, How to Invest and Save for Your Kids. And even though the title is around setting your kids up for financial success, just know that the plan and outline in this book is incredibly powerful and anyone can use it. You can start using it right now. In fact, if you get the book and read it today, you can put the plan into action today. So my thought was take the money from the rental property and put it into the stock market and following this plan in my book. And all of my numbers and estimates suggest that that strategy would actually provide more income and more wealth going forward. So I had decided I'm going to copy Ben. I'm going to sell this property and redeploy the assets somewhere else. And every morning I would sit down and I would have a to-do list and I'd be like, okay, I need to do this and this and this to sell the property. Like I got to order a point of sale. I got to get a couple things repaired. For whatever reason, I wouldn't pull the trigger. I would not do the things on my to-do list in order to sell the home. And it was kind of baffling to me because I thought that this was the best thing for me to do. So one morning I sat down with my handy dandy notebook and I wrote myself a question. Why won't I take action to sell this home? And after working with it for a little bit, I realized that there were 2 reasons creating a roadblock in me taking action to sell this home. The first reason I uncovered was that looking down the road, 10, 20 years down the road, I could not determine exactly where the stock market would be. Who knows what's going to happen in the stock market? Who knows what AI is going to do in the stock market? What new technologies are going to come out? What businesses are going to thrive? Which businesses are going to fail? Not knowing where things are going to be in 20 years was causing me a little distress, I guess we could say, right? Now, compare the stock market to rental real estate and where will this home be in 20 years? And I know for a fact where this home will be in 20 years. It's going to be standing right there. It's still going to be in demand from renters. It's still going to be in demand from other buyers. And I realize that there's more certainty for me to keep the single family rental home than there is investing in the stock market. The only way I'll know is in 20 years if I kind of go back and evaluate the 2 assets and to see certainty which one won, but I don't know that now. The fact that I did not have certainty with the stock market led me to decide to keep this home. I could keep this home, I could collect rent for the next 20 years, and if I decided in 20 years, I could sell the property in 20 years. I still have this asset, I still have control of this asset, I can do whatever I want with this asset at any point in time. But there was also another reason why I was hesitant to sell this property, and this is the one that I think might be very helpful for you. And the reason is that I think deep down I realized that if I sold this home, that there was the likelihood that I would mismanage the money going forward. Meaning I would buy assets, stocks at the top of the market, and then potentially sell them at the bottom of the market. That I would make one or more costly mistakes that would end up providing lackluster results, regret, and frustration. And the reason why I'm concerned about that is because I've made those mistakes in the past, right? I understand that I'm human and that when times get ugly, it's very hard to keep holding assets if you think they're going to continue to spiral downward. So by keeping this rental property, I am eliminating that risk, right? I'm taking that risk off the table because you can't just push a button and sell this home. Selling this home is a complicated process, time-consuming process. Because of that, I'm protecting myself from this risk of selling assets at the bottom of the market. Now, who knows? The real estate market could crash. This home could drop in value. But considering what my purchase price was, this home could fall significantly in value and I'm still have profit built in, not counting all the rental income that was collected since the home was purchased. So that's the story I wanted to share with you on this rental property and why I decided not to sell the home. This was not easy for me to share. It was not easy for me to actually uncover because I have to recognize where I am likely to make mistakes. Once I'm able to see where I can make mistakes, what can I do to minimize those mistakes? And for me, taking those questions off the table is the best thing that I could possibly do. So I hope that helps you in some way. If you would like to connect with me, set up a call or a Zoom meeting where we can talk about investing in real estate, stock market, cash flow, any of that stuff. I love to talk about that stuff. I love to brainstorm on challenges. Sign up for a call with me at the link below the video. I'll catch you in the next one.